Berger, occupational therapist with Fun and Function, and I'm back to talk to you about what elements to include in a sensory space. In this video lesson, we'll outline which types of equipment go into the different types of spaces and how to use them for your students. Previously, we spoke about using tools in the classroom and on the go. In our customized sensory rooms, you can get a total immersion in a sensory environment. These rooms can be calming or alerting. You can engage all the senses at once using whole body involvement. Let's look at how a sensory room can provide calming and active experiences based on student needs. I'll turn it over to my colleague, Aviva Weiss, an occupational therapist and CEO of Fun and Function.
Introducing Fun and Function's Action Rooms and Chill Spa. The idea is simple yet powerful. You create a space where students can be active or calm for just a few minutes. Then, students will be able to sit and learn for hours. Active minds need active bodies. Ah, can you just feel it? This might be the most popular space in the school for everyone. Notice how the visual and auditory sensory input in the Chill Spa is so calming. The bubble tube, fiber optic lights, and coral reef slide of our projector really change the mood of the room and how we feel. There are many nooks and cozy small spaces where kids can feel the world is safer.
We like to be proactive in our educational approach. The Action Room and Chill Spa are used before any behavior issues arise. It is like preventative care, not a reward or punishment.
The Action Room, what a blast!
I knew if students could get even a small amount of time of movement and sensory input, that they could focus and participate in the classroom for an extended period of time.
Heavy work, whether it's rhythmic jumping, climbing, or crawling, helps us feel energized and focused.
I have a son with learning differences. I knew an active approach to learning would benefit all students here at this school. Our PTA was wonderful in raising funds and awareness. Within 6 weeks, we had an action room and a chill spa.
I'm Aviva Weiss. I'm the president and founder of Fun and Function. Our kids are our future. Please, let's work together on the active mind revolution. We'll guide you every step of the way.
The challenge with our sensory seekers is to help them be safe, while the challenge for our sensory avoiders is to help them feel safe. Action rooms are best suited for children who are sensory seeking, and calming rooms are appropriate for kids with sensory overload. Some children will start in the action room and then finish off in the calming room to complete the sensory transformation. When in the sensory room, stay attuned to the children. Do they seem too energetic and rowdy, or are they out of it, almost dazed? The right sensory opportunities can keep kids in that just right zone, engaged and alert. Think about how you feel after a kickboxing or Zumba class at the gym, pumped and energized with a spring in your step, but also with a feeling of being grounded. All that coordinated movement is organizing and motivating. In the same way, sensory input can be very organizing if it's used properly. It's very important to have rules about the use of the room, because if not, it can end up being very disorganizing, the opposite of what we're looking for. We'll explore these rules in our next video lesson. Let's look at some common behaviors and see how they can be addressed in a sensory room. A child in our class who is fidgeting, slouching, staring off into space, what would we do for them? Bouncing on a trampoline can increase the alertness and organize them. Climbing on the rock wall and crashing into the crash mat will also be a good activity. These activities provide a combination of vestibular motion and proprioceptive heavy work, so they'll address both needs for alerting and for calming. Let's think about how specific students benefit from a sensory room. What about a child with sensory overload? They may be anxious, which could lead to either shutdown or acting out. Be a sensory detective. Look out for the triggers and be proactive. The student might need to go to the chill spot to help reduce the stress they feel from all the sensory information imposed on them during a typical day, or get their wiggles out in the action room and then engage in a calming activity. The calming room is gentle and quiet. There is very little distraction. The visual system is fed relaxing, repetitive patterns or a picture of nature. LED lights fill the bubble tube, and you can engage the tactile system with strings of lights on an encompassing beanbag chair. The ball pit is devoid of colored balls to reduce stimulation, and the overhead lights are dim. Soft music and calming scents in the background complete the sensory immersion. Some of our kids are so full of thoughts and images that keep on bombarding them because they have no filter about what to let in. This is dysregulating and can lead to anxiety and furthermore to aggression because they just don't know where to put all that negative energy. But after several minutes in the soothing, calming setting, the brain can clear out all the accumulated jumbled thoughts and reset to a calmer state in which learning can happen. One of the other goals of a successful sensory room is that children get to have mastery over their environment. In the Chill Spa, the devices are controlled by switches, which the child can choose and activate through simple pictures or toggle switches. In the action room, they'll be able to choose the activity they want to do and should not have any activity imposed on them. For example, if using the swing is part of a child's sensory diet, but he refuses to get near it, forcibly putting him on the swing can cause more harm. First, you can put a stuffed animal on the swing and let the child push it. Then sit on the swing with the toy in your lap and your feet on the floor and let the child push you. Only after the child is comfortable doing that would you invite them to sit beside you on the swing with feet on the floor and eventually transition to their whole body on the swing. This may take many sessions, but it's far more therapeutic than forcing the issue. The same is true for tactile input or any other sensory modality. Sensory rooms can also promote engagement in learning. Teachers are the most creative people. Add vocabulary words to a climbing wall. Call out the times tables together as kids bounce on therapy balls. Stretch like different animals in the Space Explorers. The possibilities are endless. Sometimes we don't have the space in our school for a sensory room, but we can create sensory spaces in the hallway, classroom, and other school locations. We can place a variety of sensory tools in a container, like the break box offered by Fun and Function, and have sensory tools available right where they're needed by our students. Please check our website, catalog, or speak with our sales team to make your ideas a reality. Consult with an occupational therapist on your team to design the sensory room. She'll have an understanding of the effect of different sensory inputs and will be able to guide you to the best tools for your population. Fun and Function also offers consultation services with our skilled designers, educators, and therapists who are happy to work with you and your team to design or redesign your sensory spaces. Sensory rooms can transform the school day for children. There are many ways to customize a sensory space to suit your space, your budget, and your children's needs. Join us as we learn how to use a sensory space safely and effectively.